the semester. Okay, I hear some voices, so maybe you have right now some questions. So to what I said so far. Yes. Okay, regarding presentation, we're gonna discuss it later because first you need to presentations will be presentation face-to-face direct when we're gonna have practical classes. They will take place in the end of the semester during the last 2 or 3 classes. Everything depends on the final number of students who are gonna participate in our course. So there will be PowerPoint or Prezi presentation. The number of slides is of course we have some limits, but in general it is rather about what should be included, and what should be included I will tell you later. Because the presentation you're gonna prepare when you're gonna be ready with the project. Yes, exactly. You're gonna have you have to defend your project. So you're gonna do it as a group, or in case in this situation when somebody decides to prepare analysis for own startup. In such a situation, it can be individual project because for when you have all the rights to the project, and of course some students decide for that because just they want really to start this business, so that is why they already make this analysis as for own business. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing, and yes, Sophia, because your hand is raised. Okay, so it was just, let's say, from the past. Okay, so you already saw steps, and right now I would like to show you another element of this project. So obviously you need to see the template for this project. So just give me a second because I have thousands of templates. So just a moment. Okay, the right one. I introduced templates to organize your analysis and to make it just more user-friendly. Because in the past we used long descriptions, and at a certain moment I decided to introduce templates. We mainly use templates for our American projects, and or almost all my courses. When I have projects, I also have templates. So just a second, because my computer is looking for the right one. Okay. Let's just open this one. Okay, it's one. Not that one. Let me open that one. I think that it is exactly the one which, yes, the one which we're gonna use. So, right now I'm gonna upload you a template exactly into files as usual. Okay, and I'm gonna share my screen. Template, of course, will be in a Word format because you need to be able to edit it. So once again, we're gonna share. Okay, so as you see, it is in the files. So I'm gonna open it. So as usual, we have a title page. So it's Principles of International Management Project. As you can see, we have 5 team members. The minimum number of people in the team is 3. The maximum is 5. Let's say in case of all startups, I accept individual projects. Why 5 people? Because there is plenty of work in this project. So it is the optimal number of people within the team. It is like 5. Of course, you can decide other way, but from my experience, and I've been doing that projects for many years, it is the exactly optimum number of people. As you see here, we have those parts of project you saw in the steps, in the stages of your work, but it should be done in the business description or foreign market entry mode. We have 7 parts of a project. First is business description, the second is foreign market entry mode, the third is form of business organization, the fourth is market research and analysis like pest analysis results, SWOT analysis. Number 5 is product service description. Number 6 is competitive analysis. And in the appendices, we have first appendix of pest analysis of the first country and then pest analysis of the second country. So let's move forward to business description, what I expect you to include. First, of course, a company's name, which is obvious, country of origin of the company, founding year, which is very important because it shows us whether the company is experienced one or absolutely new on the market. New companies rather do not enter a foreign market at the very beginning. Form of business organization according to the legal system of a particular country. Size, which will be measured by the number of employees. Here, industry sector the company operates in, experience in foreign markets, whether the company already has some experience on what markets or just no experience at all. Key personnel, so who is responsible for managing the company. Organizational structure chart, but of course, in case of large companies just simplifies version. So what are the main divisions of the company? And then last but not least, we're going to have here team overview. And that part you're going to do at the very last moment. You should describe your team's roles and responsibilities here. So for instance, Ilya was responsible for that part. Christina was responsible for that part. Abdulaziz was responsible for that part. And exactly I expect each team to write me that. It is important because it is going to affect final result. And then we have foreign market entry mode. You are to decide exactly which of those entry modes you select, whether it's going to be, and form of direct export or licensing, franchising, joint venture, subsidiary. Absolutely, it is up to you. And you're gonna be asked to write what are the advantages of this market entry mode and what are the disadvantages of that market entry mode from the perspective of your company. However, when I'm gonna present you what types of foreign markets entry modes do we have, I will also tell you about advantages and disadvantages of each of them. Then we are moving to the third part of the template. Here it will be just form of business organization on foreign market. You need to select it, you need to write it, what it will be. And once again, you're gonna be asked to present advantages and disadvantages of particular form of business organization. Then we're gonna have part 4. And here we have exactly first past analysis results only from the selected chosen market. Analysis will be done in the appendices later on. So frankly speaking, first you're gonna fill in appendices starting from 7.1, just a moment. And then you're gonna, yes, Kirilo?
I'm sorry. Do you hear me well or no?
Yes, I can hear you.
So this is a tasks for our presentation, yeah, for our work.
Practical classes. So you need to do both things: prepare a template as a project and then prepare a presentation.
I see. And I'm sorry. And which is like our deadline? Last day.
For that, everything depends on how many teams I'm gonna have. So I can tell you that at the beginning of November.
I see. Thank you very much.
Because then we're gonna know how many teams we're gonna have, and there will be 3 possible dates for presentations or 2 possible dates. Everything depends. It is tasks for. No, it will be last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks of our semester. So in 2 weeks time, I'm gonna know, because you're gonna decide with whom you want to work, and I'm gonna decide how many teams I'm gonna have. And then I can divide our last classes into presentation time, because I cannot decide earlier, because right now I don't know how many teams you're gonna form. So first, you always have 2 first weeks to decide with whom you want to work. And then I set up tasks in here in teams, divide exactly entire group into small teams, and this way I can decide about presentation possibilities. And in the vast majority of cases, I allow groups to decide on what date they want to present, but for sure it will be end of semester.
So it would be like our examination work, yeah?
Exactly.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
For practical classes, because we're gonna have 1 more for lecture.
I see.
And for lecture, it will be based on topics which I'm gonna deliver you during lectures, and it will be written exam in which you're gonna be asked to describe some topics. You're gonna have a list of those topics, and it will be also in the end of our semester. Okay, so let's continue with our templates. Let's move to past analysis results once again. And then we're gonna have SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis are divided into 4 parts: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here you are gonna be also asked to evaluate each of the strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. You have 5-point scale. From 1 with the lowest impact up to 5 with the highest impact. And then we're gonna have product service description based on marketing approach. So general description of your offer, value proposition. So It is a marketing term. It includes the problem your product or service is solving for customers, or the needs your product provides. So in general, of course, I will introduce you this term, what it means, and how to describe it. Then it will be about key differentiation. So in what way your company product or service is different from those offered by competition. And branding, last one here. So what kind of branding you're gonna use? We have several types of branding. So once again, I'm gonna introduce you with that term. I'm not only, by the way, I'm not only an international business teacher, but I teach also a lot of courses in marketing. However, in this particular university, my main specialization will be rather in international models than a pure marketing. But of course, we need marketing in order to make this project. So obviously, all those marketing related terms will be explained in details. Then we have competitive analysis on foreign market, on the selected foreign market, not in general, because many times what happens, teams present here all possible competitors for the company. No, you are to focus on that particular foreign market. You're gonna decide at a certain moment. And you're going to be asked to present 4 main competitors, just with a simple description. What is the name of the company and what are the main products offered on that particular market? And that's all. So no details, but just general description. Number of competitors will be measured by general statement, by low, medium, large number of competitors. So that's all. And here we have appendices for this PESTEL analysis. And PESTEL analysis, it's one of the strategic management tools which we are using when we are to enter a new market, or when we are to introduce a new product into existing market. There are several situations. And in PESTEL analysis, we analyze certain types of macro environment. As the abbreviation is from the first letter, so we analyze political environment, we analyze economic environment, socio-cultural environment, technological environment, legal environment, and finally ecological environment. So we need to analyze all of them in order to be sure whether we can start business in this country or not. And what is very important, everything depends on the business you're going to select. In some cases, you're going to have more factors, for instance, in political environment. In some cases, you're going to have more factors in economic environment. In some cases, in technological environment. So always tables are organized the same way. So first you need to enumerate in general elements of environment. So now, for instance, political environment, the first point can be stability of government. Then you need to evaluate this factor in a particular country, and you have a 5-point scale for favorable environment and 5-point scale for unfavorable environment. If it is favorable, it is from +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. If it's very favorable, it is +4, +5. If it's just a bit favorable, it is +1, +2. In case of unfavorable environment, if it's really unfavorable, it is like -5, -4. If it's just a bit, -1, -2. And then you need to justify, explain your evaluation. So just remember, one, here you analyze the market, not the company, because many times people just mixed up this analysis. PESTEL analysis is the analysis of the country. But of course, I'm gonna deliver you separate lecture on the pastel analysis itself. So each of those points you need to complete in the project will be delivered in the form of lectures. So just you won't be forced to study additional materials. You're gonna know it in advance. Your task will be to analyze markets, so to find the country and find reliable resources for particular country. Sources of information I'm gonna also discuss with you during lectures. And after this table, you can find sources information, so references, and you are asked to provide references for your information. If it will be online, just full address, so definitely not, for instance, WTO, World Trade Organization, but particular link to the material. And the most interesting references which I had in the past, it was like Google. Google is just a tool which we are using for looking for information. And in general, here I need to be able to check whether you use reliable resource or not. However, the resources not necessarily need to be in English, so they can be in other languages. I'm going to accept sources, of course, in other languages as well. We have right now a lot of modern tools which we can use for translation, so it is not a problem. And exactly the same way you ought to do with all the types of environments, so political environment, then economic environment, sociocultural environment, technological environment, legal environment, ecological environment. And then there is another part of this analysis which is based on pastel analysis table. So it means that you are to underline what opportunities and what threats this market offers your company. Also divided into particular types of environments, so starting with political environment. So those elements which are graded for, evaluated for 4 and 5, plus 4 plus 5, will be opportunities. Those elements which are evaluated as minus 5, minus 4 are threats. So if there will be nothing for instance, it can be 3, but in general, the highest possible numbers, positive plus numbers, gonna be opportunities, and the lowest, and the highest possible numbers with minuses will be threats. And the same way you do through all the possible types of environments, so political environment, economic environment, sociocultural environment, technological environment, legal environment, and finally ecological environment. And then you do exactly the same for the second country. So the template looks this way. As it is the template, so you can delete some rows which are unnecessary in case of environment. So if you have 2 points, you can delete all other rows. However, you should not delete anything else. So please remember. And of course, in case of each environment, you need to have minimum 1 resource. In many cases, you need several of them in order to provide all the resources. Okay, so right now, do you have questions regarding template? So, of course, you need time, and each time. Of course, obviously, and each time when we're gonna meet during our practical class, we're gonna do some part of the project. So please use this time efficiently, ask me questions, work with your team, because it is not a project you can complete within 1 day. So only teams who start their work really hard from the early beginning are able to complete this project in a timely manner and get good grades. And as I told you, this course is important because later on, a lot of questions in your final exam will be based on that particular course. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing template because
I have one question.
yes,
How can we get the templates
in the files.
in the files?
So in the files, I will show you once again where you have your course on Teams, which name is Principles of International Management. And in case of all other courses, it's exactly the same. Just a moment, because I have too many things open here. Just a second. Come on. Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing once again, and I'm gonna show you. So always teams are organized the same way. So first, okay, I'm gonna do it. Those are my courses. So as you see, a long list of teams. Yes, you have definitely less of them, but it is exactly. I'm gonna put some into archives, but and you see course Principles of International Management. We are here, and on the left corner you see that there is something called files in Polish pliki. You click on it, and you see materials from classes. Yes. The first it is steps into this project, and the second is a template. And I'm gonna upload all the materials regarding the course here for all my courses. So
Okay, I found it.
So if you or each of you has access to that.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. So we're gonna talk more about the project on Thursday because just today I wanted to show you that because I want you to think of with whom you would like to complete the project, which is, of course, important decision. Decisions regarding with whom to work are always very crucial because it is going to affect your work. And in case of wrong decision, it can adversely affect your work. However, you can always contact me if your teammates do not work. We can modify teams, we can add people, substitute people. Just please be in touch with me, and I will try to first motivate people who are not working and also control the process, because obviously each time when we are going to meet, I'm gonna like to see what was done, what was completed. So you're gonna have my first response during classes. Yes, Kirilo?
So first we create groups, then we contact you about that, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, and you have 2 weeks to do it. I think that we cannot wait longer, because then there could be a problem that you won't have enough time to complete your project. Okay, so okay. No, honey, if you would do it in 1 week, you don't need to study. So definitely you within 2 next weeks you form teams. And of course, think of the company and countries, because you can immediately decide. and you work with the project and template through entire semester, and in the end of the semester you submit the filled-in template and you present your project. So no, it wouldn't be possible to do it so fast. This is a project for entire semester. Okay. So just right now, I would like to tell you more about what is in general inside of the course. So what are the topics we're going to cover? Just a second. I work on all possible levels of studies. So I work with bachelor students, master students, MBA students, and PhD students. So in general, in all possible levels, we conduct analysis also on those all possible levels. Just your master colleagues conduct more advanced analysis with more tools in general. So you learn how to do it, but first with basic tools, and then later on the master level, we add some additional tools. So if you decide to continue studies with our universities, then you won't be surprised, but some additional tools are also used. Just a second. So, okay, my computer is looking for this particular material I'm waiting for, so because we modify content of our lectures regularly, so that is why it's a new one right now. In case of courses like international business or marketing, you can imagine that those are courses absolutely based on what's going on currently in the world, because my classes, for instance, when I was a student, were based on that time, and they were a little bit different. Currently, we have new topics to cover which did not exist in the past. You can imagine that there was no internet. When I started my studies, internet was not so popular, and definitely not in business. So it means that companies relied mainly on traditional paper documents, for instance, when we had EDI systems. However, right now we rely mainly on new technologies in business. Okay, I hope that it's already here. Okay. So just it is exactly, I do a lot of courses which have also similar names. Okay, so in general, when we think of that course, we have several goals, what we want to achieve. So just I'm gonna tell you more about learning outcomes, because in case of each course, we focus on something which is called learning outcomes. So what we want to teach you in our course, and it is always divided into 3 elements, so knowledge, skills, and social competences. It is according to Bologna system, which is the same for the entire European Union. So that is why students can study in Erasmus programs, and this way are able to universities are able to transfer ECTS points from one university to another. So we would like, after completion of that course, we would like you to be able to indicate the nature and place of management and quality sciences in the field of social sciences, and we will be able you will be able to explain the genesis, let's say, of management and quality sciences, and development through, let's say, civilization development. And you should demonstrate the knowledge of concepts of organization and management, so it's basic concepts. You should be able to describe the methods of strategic analysis of an organization and analysis of the environment. You should be able to define the functional areas of organization and the relations between them, as well as you should be able to describe types of regional structures and factors influencing their changes, because we need to, of course, modify structures within the organization if it's necessary. You should also demonstrate the knowledge of tools allowing for solving problems which occur in the area of organizational management. As far as skills, as Go said, you should be able to assess organization and analyze, as well as interpret the basic phenomena and processes which takes place in organization, using exactly basic concepts and theoretical approaches of management. You should be also able to make use and correctly evaluate the usefulness of some methods and tools for analysis of organization's environment. You should be able to work as a team member. You should be able to plan a team's work consciously and responsibly. And as far as social competences are concerned, you should be ready to recognize the role of knowledge in the discipline of management and quality science in solving management problems. You should be, once again, ready to work as a team member. And of course, you should consider ethical issues. And we have a lot of topics to be covered, so don't be shocked that just I will enumerate them. So first of all, what is management? And we'll start with that next week. Its essence and importance, so basic concepts in management, management process, managerial roles, managerial attitudes and skills. Just our first topic. Then the second topic, it is organization in the environment as a management object. So in generally, what is the system of organization? What are the organization subsystems? What types of organizations do we have? What is the organization's life cycle? Organization's micro and macro environment, and of course, in case of our courses, international organizations macro environment, because in case of our course, we also need to take into consideration not only management in general, but management in international context. The third topic will be regarding management and globalization. So what is globalization? What is the nature of companies' international activity? What it means that a company become international, managing the internationalization process, and cases of multiculturalism of an organization. Then the fourth large topic will be connected with planning and organizing. So what are the types of goals within the organization, how we manage goals and plan how to achieve them in organization, And of course, we need to know also how to organize different tasks which are included in this organizing process. Then the fifth topic will be regarding decision-making, power and leadership in the organization, how the decision-making process looks like, what are the models and types of power and authority, what are the essence and sources of leadership, and some specific aspects regarding leadership in the international context. Topic number 6 is regarding control process and types of control. So what are the controlling tasks in organization? What are the factors taken into consideration during the control processes? What are the types of controls? And what are the strategic control points? What is very important, some of those topics will be covered in more detail, while some just gonna be addressed a bit, because you're gonna have separate courses which will be focused on that particular parts of management process. Number 7, information and communication in management. So what is the role of information in the management process? What are the sources and methods of obtaining information? What is the essence and form of communication in organization? What is the importance of communication as a part of managers' work? Communication process, methods of improvement, interpersonal skills necessary to communicate efficiently, and of course, from our perspective, communication in an international environment. Then there will be a point regarding human resources management. So what is the essence and goals of human resources management in the organization? What are the HR policy models? How we plan employment and recruit new employees? How we develop and train as well as evaluate employees? What is so specific about global human resource management? And very important point, managing culturally diverse teams. Topic number 9, motivating employees in the organization management process. So what is the essence motivation? What is the impact of motivation on employee performance? How the motivation process looks like, and what are the motivation models? Then in the topic number 10, we need to cover organizational structure, conditions and directions of evolutions, basic concepts and dimensions of organizational structure, structure generating factors and mechanisms, and types of organizational structures. In the next topic, so topic number 11, we need to cover things related to strategy, its types and functions in organization, the essence of strategic management, what it is, types of strategies in an international environment, strategic analysis methods also in an international environment. We're going to practice a lot with topic in our project. Then we're going to be another point, organizational management in the context of changes. So what is the change management? What are the change management orientations? What are the categories of change? How we manage the change process? And what are the main methods for overcoming resistance to change? Then we're going to have a topic related to ethical and cultural management context. So what is the ethics in organizations? What we mean by organizational social responsibility? What is the code of ethics in our organization? And we're going to speak a bit about organizational culture as well. Then we're going to have a next topic, management methods, and here we have different approaches. So we are going to speak about heuristic methods, principles of control and supervision, feedback control, management by reconnaissance, surveillance management, management by strategic control, so different types of management methods. And finally, in the last topic, we're going to speak a bit about development of schools and management theory in international context and who were precursors of management sciences. So those are, let's say, topic for theoretical discussion, and also we're gonna practice them. So what we're gonna practice is we're gonna practice the assets of management process, and we're gonna look at the management as information and decision-making process, as you're gonna collect a lot of information in order to complete your final project. You're gonna do it in practice. Then we're gonna study organization, as we're gonna identify subsystems in the organization and types of organizations. So exactly, you're gonna need that in order to describe the company. Then you're gonna practically identify the elements of organization environment. You're gonna and their interdependencies against an examples given, because you're gonna, of course, work on your project. You're gonna study organization and its environment, using some selected international organizations and its environment based on the selected company. So you're gonna identify different types of environment. You're gonna think of decision making as the culmination of this planning process, because here we first need to think of the factors which we are to take into consideration during decision-making process. Then we need to think about types of decision-making models, because they can be more autocratic or more democratic. They can be on the basis of group consensus, for instance. Then we're gonna think about organizational effectiveness. So we can assess the degree of achievement of specific organizational goals. So we're gonna have our projects. We're gonna see how efficient organizations are so far, and how efficient they can be on our selected market. We're gonna think of control as management function. So we're gonna be able to identify areas of control. We're gonna be also focused on communication in the organization, how we use communication in the, for instance, groups management. You're gonna communicate a lot within your process of working on the project, so you're gonna know how communication affects each and every activity of the team. And also in a case of management is extremely important. Then you're gonna also know more about certain organizational structures, because you're gonna be asked to provide this organizational structure chart for the company, so you're also gonna practice on that. And as I told you, we're gonna have, as we're gonna have both lecture and practical classes. For the lecture, you're gonna have written exam, and for the practical class, you're gonna defend your projects. And if you think about books, so sources, I do not ask you to buy any additional sources. However, I would like to introduce you with those sources which I believe are the best in the discipline. So just give me a second. I will show you on the Amazon website, not to promote Amazon, just to show you how those books looks like. I don't need to promote Amazon. It is one of the most successful companies in the world, so they don't require my promotions. Unfortunately, all the books which are published in the United States are expensive. Nothing changed here, and I think that it won't change. I also think that it would be a great way to create chats with social media. You're going to be able to communicate easily, to share some ideas, some information regarding the university or some additional activity. Okay, so the first book which I would like to recommend you is by Helen Deresky. It's already the 9th edition of that book. The book title is International Management, Managing Across Borders and Cultures, Texts and Cases. It is the 9th edition of that book. And it was published by Pearson. It is, in my opinion, one of the best, definitely best books in international management. Previous editions are also fine, just in new editions we have updated examples, for instance, and case studies. So once again, Helen Deresky, you can see that she published a lot of editions of that particular book. Okay, so it's the first one. The second book which I would like to recommend you is book in general management from the guru of management. Okay, of course, I think that everyone should also read Peter Drucker books, but here I introduce you with okay, so sorry. I guess the Amazon does not recognize the book, which is one of the basic books. Oh, yes. We are on the right track. Okay. So let's start showing. There will be one more book, so not so many. Okay, so it is Ricky Griffin. This book is also translated into Polish if somebody would be interested. It is 13th book of this classic work in management. It was published by Cengage. Last publication was in 2021, so this is the last edition, 13th edition of that particular book already. And you can see what is inside. So the first one is part Introduction to Management, then understanding the environmental context of managing, then there's third part regarding planning and decision making, fourth part regarding the organizing process, part 5 regarding the leading process, part 6 final one regarding the controlling process. So exactly, this book is in general management. However, the international management and general management are the same, just in case of international management, you need to take into consideration more factors because you're gonna have to take into consideration international factors, which you can forget if you operate just on domestic market. So it is exactly one of the basic books in management. I think that's the best one. Okay, so let's recommend you one more. And the last book which I would like to show you and recommend will be that one. Just a second. Okay, so it is international management culture, strategy and behavior, published by two authors, Fred Luthans and Jonathan Doch. First, when I was a student, we had first editions just published by the first author only, Fred Luthans. Yes, Andrei?
Yeah, I have a little question. These books are just for some additional data about management here. So
Okay.
it's
Those are books on which our lectures are also based. So those are, in my opinion, the best manuals in case of international management. And I'm using them because I cannot only base my classes on my own experience. So that is why those are resources which are recommended, but you don't need to, of course, buy those books.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Just gonna have information from those books within my lectures.
Okay, thank you for.
You're welcome. Anyone? So those are three books which I believe are the best. Once again, for that particular course, which name is International Principles of International Management. Okay, so just stop sharing. We have 5 minutes, so maybe you have questions before we're gonna meet on Thursday. Because please remember that this week we don't have this introduction to cultural studies because it will be next week on Wednesday, and we are going to meet on Thursday. And I hope that all people who didn't manage to join us today will come to our meeting on Thursday. Oh, just a very important rule. If we are ill, we do not come to class. And it is a must-have because even if you're gonna come, I'm gonna ask you to go home. Why? I think that I don't need to explain why. It doesn't need to be, let's say, COVID-19. It can be any simple flu, and half of the group will be ill. And what is also very important, and I'm gonna tell you that openly, I live here in Warsaw with my parents, and my father is 95 already, and I don't want to just harm his health, and you know, it can be just very dangerous for him. And a simple cold can be dangerous, so that is why I cannot catch anything at work. No worries, I will of course understand that you cannot come because you are ill, and I will explain you also to my colleagues, because if you have other classes, for instance, the same day, you don't need to worry. Okay, yes, Kirlo?
I'm sorry, and do we have to bring some documents after our illness that we're healthy or no?
No, it's enough just if you're gonna tell me, I'm not feeling well. Ms. Migdal, I'm not feeling well, I won't come tomorrow. Or even the same day you're gonna text me, yes, in the morning. And it is enough.
I see, thank you.
I trust you, just that you won't overuse it, because from your perspective, not losing classes is also not very funny. Yes, Yaroslav?
Yeah, how many absences we can have?
Okay, on the general basis, up to 3 does not require any explanation. During practical classes, because okay, so what I need to tell you is that according to study regulations, very important document at the university, all practical classes are obligatory. In case of lectures, you decide. Of course, if I were you, I would attend lectures, because lectures are online also, but in general, practical classes are considered obligatory. But once again, if you are ill, please stay at home, take care of yourself, because if I will tell you also, even if we are not going to think of my father, but only of yourself, I'm the only teacher who can deliver all my courses. I'm the only teacher at the university, so no one is going to substitute me. I can substitute the vast majority of courses, but no one can substitute me. So that is why I need to be in a good shape, in a good condition. Okay, guys, so it was a great pleasure to meet you. I'm very excited about Thursday and meeting you face to face. So I hope that this afternoon will be very nice for you. And then see you on Thursday. And right now I'm gonna join my master courses with students with whom I already had classes last year. So with people who I know. Sorry, just my mobile is going at 1. It is going always to ring because I'm diabetic, and this lovely mobile informs me that I should take my medicines. Thank you very much for today. Once again, it was a pleasure, and see you on Thursday.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you
Have a
for
good day.
information.
Goodbye.
Thank you. See you.
Goodbye.
See you. Goodbye.
Thank you. See you.